And it all comes down to this. National championship, our Stanford Cardinal face the Ohio State Buckeyes. The perfect season on the line for the Cardinal, as they have not lost a game since mid-season a year ago. Ohio State coming into this one 14-2. Their previous loss being in the Big Ten Championship to Purdue. But both teams have made it through the college football playoffs to our finale in Indianapolis. And for our Cardinal, this will be the final game with several key players, starting with Cassius Sampson, defensive leader Kiki Harulahu, rising stud at linebacker James Tuttle, lockdown corner Alex Markup, your QB1 for the last 3 seasons, Gordon Draft, the hometown hero in Oscar Coley, the brick house up front in Ben Cortez, the do-it-all man out of the backfield Larry Sulai, the ghost of the secondary in Max Schlegel, and Mr. Consistent Emmanuel Gomez. This is a special group of players that have been the core of this team for many seasons, and perhaps we'll even see some juniors look to declare early. But in a press conference leading up to this game, Coach Barrington had to share the news of another person leaving early, our offensive coordinator in Nate Fitt. With just 1 game to go in the season, he leaves early to join OU and start their offseason as their head coach. So having to fill in that position at least for a game, we call up Luke Murray. Now, he spent time as a receiver and corner assistant coach for us, which is why, despite him being our OC, his true background is as a defensive coordinator. The good news, though, is his tactical skills are entirely for the offense. And his task today is to go up against the Ohio State defense, 6th in the country in points allowed, and also 6th in interceptions. And as for our defense, they're facing an offense that you would expect from the Buckeyes. Trevor Azur, the redshirt junior quarterback with over 4,000 yards passing, 47 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 70% complete on the season. Rushing the ball, you have Joey McGahee, who's a 1,000-yard, 11 touchdown guy. Azur will also look to scramble and expect to see a little bit of Ramsey on some jet sweep action. Well, their main threats at receiver are going to be Shane Orlovsky and Santiago Lauleta, both 1,000-yard guys, both 16 touchdowns. But they do have a weakness along the offensive line in starting left tackle Manny Cooper, who's given up 19 sacks this season. He is who we're going after. So as we head into Lucas Oil Stadium, set to get the national championship underway. Cardinal looking for their back-to-back, as Bargava will have us underway with the return to the 17. A long field ahead of the Stanford Cardinal offense led by Gordon Draft. Now, both these teams have had plenty of experience in big games. Cardinal last year, they took it home against North Texas. A much tougher opponent this year as Larry Sulai picks up 8. But expectations are for a big showing. 2nd and 2 for the Stanford Cardinal with 2 spread either side. They'll look for the air here, or instead Draft will look to bounce outside. He's got a bunch of grass scampering out around the 45, but it looks like we've got laundry in the backfield. They'll get Vaughn, the junior left tackle, with a hold. Erase that first down all the way back to the 15 with a single high safety. Thrown under pressure, it's to Sulai, who spins off the tackle, rumbling to the 33. Draft squeezing that one into a tight window under pressure. Wesovich will check in, giving Sulai a little bit of a breather. Coming across, they're going to get Virgil Rowland, who will get the first down out of bounds, a little bit of a late tackle. Refs, though, letting these two play things out early on. Some more rotation along the Cardinal group as Draft will take the scramble here. He's got the first down, a gain of 14. Barry Owen will get credit with the tackle. He does lead the Ohio State Buckeyes in tackles. 1st and 10. They throw short underneath. That's Ball, who's coming off a magnificent Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Multiple touchdowns for him. 2nd and 4 here for the Stanford Cardinal at the 33. As they got a receiver open across the middle, Gomez had nothing but grass. But it's Aiden Cush with the pressure. 3rd and 4. They're going to go with a jet sweep. All the way outside is rolling close to the line to gain. But we see more yellow out there. This time it's looking like on the outside. They get holding on Ball. It's now 3rd and 14. They're outside of field goal range. Larry Sulai, though, checks back in at running back. That is good news. As Draft is looking downfield, it's Thrash one-on-one, and he's not able to find a good spot on it. And it looks like Virgil Rowland a little bit shaken up. And a surprising move with one of their best receivers off the field. The offense stays on for Coach Bearington, who gets the hard count and a free 5 yards. Are they trying to squeeze into field goal range here? Well, with a 55-yard attempt, they will send out Sam Ritter. Trying to get some points at least here for the Cardinal. Accuracy and just enough power. The junior kicker knocks that one through for the Stanford Cardinal. They get points their first drive. Though, with how good it was moving, you were expecting a touchdown. The penalties take that away. But part of you has to wonder if some of those little hiccups are due to the change of OC. Is the new man in Murray actually calling the plays, or is it Coach Barrington? Defense, though, no changes, and a lot expected of this group, as it'll be the 14 where they get started. McGahee with the carry. He shakes one, picking up 7. Will be treated to 2 really good running backs in this game. McGahee for the Buckeyes, Larry Sulai for the Cardinal. Play action as they'll look to go to the air. Cassius Sampson, though, reads it like a book, picking up his first sack of the game, dropping him for a 3rd and 7. And Sampson really is a great story, a team-oriented kind of guy. He could have went to the league as a redshirt sophomore. He stuck around. He's gotten 1 ring. He wants another one. As Mark Huck takes that one away. It was his interception that got the Cardinals through their first round, the quarterfinals in the game against Texas. The senior gets one here early on in the national championship. There was an injured Buckeye out there. We'll look to get an update on that shortly. Larry Sulai, though, back in for the Cardinal. He's got 6. And it looks like that was DeAndre Norton of the Buckeyes, the junior right guard. We'll look to get an update on his prognosis at a future part of this game. Looking downfield, though, they've got Vallejo down to the 20. He was playing a little bit of outside receiver there. When you take a look, you do not see Virgil Rowland out on that field. Word coming from the Cardinal sideline is he is a bit banged up and is questionable. And that could prove to be a big miss. Many thought he would be the top runner for the Heisman heading into this year. Fortunately, didn't quite put together the season he was hoping for. But as a young player, only a sophomore, he's got plenty of time. It was Draft using his time in the backfield there to find Bargava, setting up a 3rd and 1. The linebacker group here of the Buckeyes is very talented. Sulai takes them on, but the refs mark them just short. Offense, though, staying on the field. They went with a hard count the last time, got into field goal range. 4th and inches here, no hard count, but it's Babineau, the fullback, with the first down. Almost a fullback stretch, if you will. 1st and goal at the 8 for the Cardinal. As they go Wesovich, right-hand side. He'll get down to about the 3. The Cardinals sticking with the same formations. Larry Sulai back in. And it'll be triple option here, flicking it out to Sulai, who will be denied from about the 1. And he looks to be a bit banged up. He was suffering from some injuries in the semifinals as well late on in that game. He's trying to fight through. Right now it's 2nd and goal. Motion right-hand side is Ben Vallejo. Firing it into a gap and getting the touchdown is George Ball. Cardinal take an early 2-score lead here on the Buckeyes. Make it 10-0 with 46 seconds left to go in the first quarter. That touchdown comes courtesy of the Alex Marcock interception. The Buckeyes and Azur answer back. Heading into this game, Azur only had 6 interceptions on the year, and he's going to find a strike here. Kevin Salmon in hot pursuit will track him down. That is why you never give up on the play, especially if the Cardinal can force some big turnover here inside the goal line. Or it'll be an immediate touchdown. The blocking shows up as the Cardinals stayed in their double-A gap look, rushing this one in. It's the junior running back in Rick Manley. For the Buckeyes, that is the exact kind of answer back they were needing. They did so with about 44 seconds coming off the clock. This should be the final play of the first quarter, as the Cardinal do look to throw. Going all the way outside, and they're going to classify that as a fumble. Looked like Gordon Draft was trying to throw it away. Perhaps one of the Buckeye edge rushers there got a hand on it to jar it free, but sends us to the break as the Cardinal do recover. First quarter has come to an end with the Cardinal in front. But they will be backed up as we get the second quarter underway. 2nd and 19. Wesovich, the running back here, as they try to go with a stretch, and he breaks it outside. One to beat, lowers the shoulder, taken down with 2 to go. And that's really not bad whatsoever, considering where you were 19 yards back. 3rd and 2, hard count. Should be an extra 5 here for the Stanford Cardinal and a free first down. It was Gio Holiday who jumped off sides for the Buckeyes. 1st and 10 for the Cardinal here at the 30. As they go with the end around, George Ball, a bunch of green grass as he finds the corner, turning, headed down the sideline, and another foot race that an offensive player will not win. But down to the 23. A massive hit there for the Cardinal. They've tried that a couple times over the last several years. It's never really hit that big. But I guess when you're in a big game like this, might as well break it out. As Gomez couldn't track the ball, it was high. Safety just tried to rip his head off. The good news for the Buckeyes is this isn't the NFL, so it's not going to be spotted at the 1. But a free 15, Cardinal down to the 8. They're in draft formation, as it will be Draft looking to keep this one, finding a big gap, but coming up short. Just about 4 to 5 inches away from that end zone. They stick with the same look. Bargava in motion this time, as they'll look to leak out Larry Sulai. Touchdown for the Stanford Cardinal. They answer back the Ohio State 2-play drive, reclaiming their 10-point lead. 17-10 here in the second quarter of your national championship. And for Sulai, battling through injuries, he'll get at least one more Cardinal touchdown. Azur and Ohio State take the field. Quick drive last time as McGahee bounces off of 2 weak tackle attempts. He's been a hard guy to bring down all year long. Average just under 5 yards per carry, sitting about 4.8. They go back his way and slowed down by Schlegel. Cardinal do get the tackle and force the 3rd and 2. From a tight look, big hit, Darren Sr., the senior, gets the stop. 4th and 1, Ohio State set to punt. Well, this could prove to be a really big drive for the Stanford Cardinal. They start at the 36, and they throw it outside. That's going to be for Vallejo, getting a couple blocks there from Bargava. We really haven't seen the Cardinal run much RPO over the last couple seasons. But again, with some injuries happening, a new OC, we might be seeing something new as they do hand it off. And Larry Sulai a bit banged up after that hit. Plus, it looks like Robinson was down as well. So 2 players coming off the field for the Cardinal. Wesovich checks in at running back. And we see a card check in right tackle, number 70 on the right-hand side. 3rd down. Cardinal throw, Bargava, and he holds on. A great catch with both the linebackers draped over him. We haven't seen much from Bargava, but with the injuries right now, it's going to force him out there. Ball, he takes a big hit. He does stay with the play, though, and picks up 4. A stacked box here for Ohio State as the Cardinal look to go with a play action. Open window, but the linebacker, he nearly collapsed on it, or he did collapse on it. He just forgot to bring that ball with him. 3rd and 6, nearly getting the hard count again to work. Under pressure, and they're not going to find Roland. Around midfield, stays aggressive. Offense out on that field. Hard count, they get the player to jump. Rolling to the outside, they're going to flip this one to Emmanuel Gomez, who's got a whole lot more than the free. Trying to stay on his feet, he fights down to about the 14. We can decline the neutral zone infraction. A hard count from Gordon Draft has just been peak here today. He's ready for the NFL. 1st and 10, firing quickly across the middle. Once again, George Ball is prepared. 2nd and 7. And again, keeping this one, though making a great stop on the outside is Husman. Looked like they tried the triple option. They had Wesovich to the outside, just Draft wasn't able to get that pitch in time. 3rd down. Under pressure, Draft, he shakes it. He's got a lane. 2 closing down and stuff him. 4th and 1. And we'll have the 2-minute break to think about it. But I don't think it's going to require much thinking. Offense stays on the field, up 10. Babineau keeps it, and he will get stuffed by the linebacker. Ohio State with a turnover on downs. Hurley just does a terrific job of reading that one the whole way, and the opposite side was completely locked up. It'll be at the 5 with the blitz. Azur under pressure, and safety will come in. Cassius Sampson, the winner of the Heisman Trophy, his redshirt sophomore season, now playing his senior campaign. And for Coach Bearington, the gamble ultimately pays off. You still get some points, and you get the ball back with about 1:47. Play action, rolling, looking for Kramer. He's got it out at about the 45. We've seen a lot more targets go his way here in the postseason. Normally they've gone to Gomez, but he just hasn't really been in that kind of spot for him this year. Coming across, ball, catches it, and will get out of bounds at the 16. These last couple weeks have just been special for the junior receiver, and he's one who could look to go to the draft early. Jewell checks in here at running back. He's got the halfback screen and a touchdown saving tackle, Barry Owen. Draft thought he had that one. Instead, we've got a receiver screen, breaking on it, getting the pick, and taking this one possibly the distance. The speed is slowing down, but ball will not catch McCorders. A pick 6 as the Cardinal were about 4 or 5 yards from the end zone. A delay on the wide receiver screen cost the Cardinal a massive lead here before halftime and puts Ohio State right back in this game. Just a massive mistake there from Draft. With limited time, though, a free play here. They throw right-hand side and find Virgil Rowland, who's going to come up, I think, a little bit short of that first down marker. So Coach Bearington will have to call that timeout. Leaving the Cardinals here with a 2nd and inches, 37 seconds. Some short little motion from Ball. Nothing quite opens up, so Draft will take it. However, they take their time getting back to the line. They do not call that timeout. So they are running out of time here. Throwing downfield, they find Ball yet again, and he gets down with 2 seconds to spare. It's definitely not the perfect management of the clock. For the Cardinal, they hope it will do. But Sam Ritter pulls the field goal left. No points for the Cardinal to end the half after so much promise for them. Just their own self-inflicted wounds. That has been the only thing that has slowed this team down. But we hit halftime of the College Football National Championship, and it is the Cardinal on top, 19-14. Ohio State with the pick 6 on defense and the two-play drive on offense. That has been the big parts. But really, the mistakes have been even. It's just looked a little bit worse for the Stanford Cardinal as more points have come off of it. But Ohio State, they're in this game 19-14. Cardinal, they've done well on defense. Got to just tune up a couple things. But really, we just haven't seen that much from the Ohio State offense. Expect a whole different game in the second half. And as the national championship gets back underway here, second half begins Ohio State ball. As they look to air things out, and it's Schlegel beat in one-on-one. Ramsey will take it the distance. Ohio State claims their first lead of the game after two blown late plays by the Stanford Cardinal, one on offense, one now on defense. 21-19 in favor of the Buckeyes. Or pump the brakes there. Not 21-19. 20-19, two-point try attempt here for Ohio State, as it is Alex Augustine punching that ball free. It'll be 20-19. An interesting choice to go for two there, but they've only had two big plays really on offense today, so you factor in that, kind of makes sense. Cardinal now behind here, as they've got Vallejo down the left side, taken down at the 45. He doesn't have top end speed, but with the motion into the wheel, he's able to find a massive amount of grass to the outside. Cardinal pick up a big play here to really get things going. Check down to follow Emmanuel Gomez with 4. And Draft closing in on 300 yards passing in this game. A bunch for him left side. Ball, though, he's been the Cardinal main weapon today, as Virgil Rowland has been a bit banged up. He can't hold on to that one. And that'll leave the Cardinal with a 3rd and 6. Buckeyes stacking the front. And it's going to be an extra free here for the Stanford Cardinal. Stanford is showing they're the far more disciplined bunch. But a 3rd and a long one here. Wesovich checks in, and he'll take the carry down the middle. First down, Cardinal at the 44. Just continuing to keep this offense moving. As they go with a quick flip, it's out to Babineau, the fullback, with a gain of 7. He's been a massive part of their game plan today. I don't know if the change-up coordinator is a part of that or not, but it's paying off right now. But as we say that, he forgot what the play was and just tried to tackle Wesovich. So getting them both off the field, it's 3rd and 4 for the Cardinal. With 2 spread either side, the hard count nearly works. Quick slant opens up, and it's another grab. Bargava. Draft just let that one fly almost as soon as he caught the snap. Bunch look to the left-hand side for Stanford as they go play action. Letting it develop and finding Ben Vallejo. Cardinal with another first down, though that one was a little bit closer than you would like. Corner nearly caught up to him. And Draft dancing around in the pocket, didn't find anywhere to go. He's going to lose 3. That pushes him back to the 17-yard line. It's 2nd and 13. Trips look, as it's Jewell here with the carry. He's got a good burst, but Husman slows him down for Owen to help clean up. We're seeing just a heavy rotation when it comes to this running back group today. 3rd and 9. As they look to go back to Jewell, who had the blockers, but Jewell was nowhere to be seen. The Cardinal will have to rely here on Ritter. He missed the field goal before half. This one, he'll send down the middle. Cardinal regain their lead. The safety being the difference in this game. Before Ohio State, they've got to find some steady play on offense. They can't just rely on the big play threat. As they go play action, Cassius Sampson with a 3rd on the day. He's been a one-man wrecking crew back there for Azur. But coming into this game, we knew that their left tackle was struggling. We found more success today over on their right tackle. Halfback screen will pick up almost half the yards needed. And it sets up a 3rd and 8 at the 18. Cardinal looking to get off the field here with a pass underneath that will squeeze through. Bad tackling, as they actually had an extra man back in coverage. They only rushed 3. But Orlovsky, he finds a little bit of space and gets the Buckeyes up to the 39. They'll look to go to the run game here. Slipping one, but Henderson is back. Back-to-back plays for him with the tackle. One well downfield, one in the backfield. They go to McGahee here, who will pick up the loss of 3. Now they got to find 10 more. It wasn't a problem for him on the previous third down. This one at the 39 as the Cardinal drop back into coverage. They ran the same play, and it's Nathan Henderson with the sack. 4th and 20, back inside their 30. That'll be a punt. For the Cardinal, it's another opportunity to take control of this game. Up by 2. It's Larry Sulai right down the middle. And maybe if this was the start of the game, that's a touchdown. But he's been pretty banged up in this one. Trying to play through as they do snap that ball. Larry Sulai left side. He's bouncing off the weak tackles and has the first down for the Cardinals, setting them up for the 4th quarter. Do or die time for both these teams, and the Cardinal, they could smell that perfect season. And with a 20 to about 7 minutes of time of possession, that's just absolutely ridiculous, especially if you have a close game like we have here. 4th quarter underway. It's Larry Sulai, left side. He's slipping, more tackles, grinding out 9. And coach will let him catch his breath. Checking in Joe Wesovich here with the short down and distance. Babineau also in as they run right-hand side, a gain of 3. Just steady play for the Cardinal have been the key today. If not for some of their own self-inflicted wounds and a turnover, they would vastly be in charge of this game right now. Throwing outside, ball gets the grab, turns down the sideline, nearly slips the final defender. Down to the 3 goes Stanford. And they'll bring out their big group here with 1st and goal. Motion right-hand side. That's going to be one of their tight ends, Selvia. Wesovich with the run right into Owen and company. Not down, though. The whistle finally then sounds. They're going to lose 2. The linebackers really have been key for Ohio State today, and they disrupt the screen. Sulai was set up for another, but instead it's 3rd and goal, back of the 15. That play clock ran all the way down, spinning and losing a large chunk of yards, 12 as Oscar Hayes gets the sack. Cardinal are going to be forced for yet another field goal here. Sam Ritter, to give him a more comfortable lead, sends it down the middle. If he hit the one before half, we'd be looking at an 8-point game. Instead, we've got a 5-point difference, 25-20, starting back at the 25 with 5 minutes to go in this game. And it's Cassius Sampson with yet another terrific play. In his final game here for the Stanford Cardinal, he is going all out. Bunch of different plays in the backfield at 2nd and 13. As they try to get back to McGahee, nowhere to go. Sampson and company stuff it. 3rd and 12 for Ohio State as they go downfield. Ty Holly gives up the catch. He almost had the pick. It bounced off of him and Orlovsky catches it. How unlucky can you be for the Stanford Cardinal? A massive break, though, for the Buckeyes as they go to the run game, and McGahee's got the lead. Just bouncing around like a pinball wizard. Ohio State takes the lead. Under 4 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter of the national championship. But yet again, they are refusing the point after. 2-point try yet again. As they start with motion, they hand it off, and Schlegel chops him down. A field goal for the lead. And for the Cardinal today, that has not been the issue, getting into range. It's been finishing drives with touchdowns. Starting back at the 25, they've got motion right-hand side. And they've got a wide open receiver, finally finding him. They'll get that ball to Ball for another first down. Draft's just got to put together one more big drive here. And I know he's feeling some pain. He's gotten hit quite a lot today. He breaks it to the outside. He's got Larry Sulai at the 10-5 touchdown Cardinal. set up their second perfect wheel route of the game, and under pressure from the blitzing safety that let Sulai be so wide open, Draft puts that one on the money. Cardinal regained their lead, and it was more than just a safety. There were 3 defenders in the face of Gordon Draft, and Kaiser would not be able to catch back up to Larry Sulai. It's his second touchdown of the game, and now the Cardinal are looking for a 2-point try here to make this a 7-point ball game. Hard count, a little bit of some jumping. Thrown outside. They've got Bargava, and it's in and out of his hands. No one's been able to get a 2-point try in this one. The only 2-pointers has come off the safety from Cassius Sampson today. Throwing left side, Ohio State finds their tight end. First time today. That's Frederick Lyles. He's chopped out with a gain of 9. And a 2-spread look here as they do go hurry up. Azur, he's trying to lead the charge here. Get the Buckeyes down into scoring range. And they throw right into where James Tuttle was. But what a play, Orlovsky. It was his ability to keep an eye on the ball that got them their previous score. We go inside the 2-minute break here. Limited time left in this game. Throwing quickly, though, Ohio State down to the 30. Lauletta gets his first grab of the game. Timeout called, Ohio State. They've got 1:53 to go in this game as they're looking to set up another pass here. Instead of Zur, he's going to scramble, sliding down with another first down. They won't call a timeout there. They'll let the time run off the clock. They're down to the 16. Touchdown for them puts them in front as they'll throw short here again. Chopping out number 87 is Tuttle. Cardinal could really use with a big play here made up front, and it will come. Nathan Henderson, ask and you shall receive. 1 timeout remains for Ohio State. It's 3rd and 13. As they look to set up a screen, left-hand side, the numbers are not in favor. This is 4th and game. This play will most likely decide your college football champion. As they look to find some space, converting the first down. And a timeout now called by the Stanford Cardinal with 37 seconds. They could use with a massive play at the 4. And it's Azur scrambling outside. He gets by Nathan Henderson. And Ohio State has the lead with about 30 seconds left to go. It's 32-31 Buckeyes. And once again, they will keep their offense out there. They know they need this here to send this game into an overtime if the Cardinal get back into range. Throwing to the outside, and they rip it out of his hands. Incomplete. Field goal wins for the Stanford Cardinal. With 32 seconds left, they'll have to get into range. They've got 2 timeouts, and they'll start at the 25. The pressure is on for Gordon Draft and company. 2 timeouts in that back pocket. They've got to get into range. And throwing out of a sack, Gordon Draft. He's taken big hit after big hit in this one. Bunch right-hand side. Safety sit about 10 yards deep. They know where the Cardinal like to go. And punching that one out, intended for ball. It's 3rd down for the Cardinal. 2 spread either side. Hard count will be a free 5 yards closer to the first down. And with it being 3rd down, first down is what really matters at this point. Tight shotgun look, Gordon Draft, about 20 seconds and counting. He throws. First down, they find, I believe that was Ben Vallejo. They're going to have to go hurry up here. Try to save a little bit of some time. As we run inside 15 seconds, they'll get that snap off, finding Vallejo and calling that timeout. They've got 8 seconds left to try to get into range here. Safety's sitting deep. Spread look for the Stanford Cardinal. And they've got a release on the outside. It's Roland down inside range. Stanford Cardinal call the timeout. It's 32-31, and they're inside field goal range.
Their Heisman hopeful comes through. But now it's up to Sam Ritter to win the game for the Stanford Cardinal. And he hits it true. Back-to-back Stanford Cardinal national champions. Sam Ritter nails the field goal. The Cardinal do it, coming back against the Buckeyes. My, oh my, what a game. And about out of breath we are up in the booth. But the seniors get the job done. Hard-fought game, 34-32. Ohio State, tremendous effort out there. The battle back and forth in this one at the end. A exact opposite kind of championship than what we had last year against North Texas. But the result is the same. Stanford Cardinal finish on top as they find the deep ball. Gordon Draft, 428 yards, 75% complete. 3 touchdowns for him in this game, 2 of which went to Larry Sulai. And about half of our key players on offense were extremely banged up in this game. But they fight through and they finish back-to-back national champions, now headed to the NFL. And I mean, with how these guys performed, they should be headed to the NFL. What a finish. If you enjoyed this episode, especially the ending to that game, smash that like button. And if you know someone who will enjoy it as well, feel free, share it with them. But that concludes Season 8 of the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty. What a season. And really, this is the close to an era for the Stanford Cardinal. We relied so heavily on some of the same players for multiple seasons. Gordon Draft will be leaving. He's a 91 playing overall, but he's a truly rated 86 overall, so he may not go drafted. Someone would find a great UDFA quarterback. Stepping up next time, you would imagine it would be Justin Sorensen. He's been waiting in the lines, but you never know how off seasons go. There's Troy Sorge and Nate House already on roster, and some of these guys could see tremendous jumps in their overalls. Running back wise, Larry Sulai. I was really hoping, and he still did have a massive impact on this game, but I was really wanting to see a lot more running in this game because he's a real threat with the ball in his hands no matter which way we do it. But he was banged up in this game ever since our first or second drive. And honestly, so was Gordon Draft. And to even make that a third, Virgil Rowland was very much banged up in this game, had very little impact until the very end. But now we see he's fine, so maybe that's just a sophomore thing. But he made the big play when it counted. He got that catch, put us down in field goal range. And we won the game because of that. Now, we did not see much from Emmanuel Gomez this year, but he will be graduating. I would imagine Kramer, if he doesn't leave, or I doubt he would declare early, he'll most likely be our next guy up. Potentially even Selvia if he sees a good jump. But we've got plenty of guys in the waiting. The offensive line, again, unless some guys declare early, we're only going to lose Ben Cortez. So we'll have 4 of our starting 5 back. But to the defensive side, we're going to lose a lot of guys. Cassius Sampson, an absolute wrecker today in this game. He's going to be missed. Now, potentially, Nathan Henderson could declare early. He's an 89 true, playing at a 92. We could see that happen, and if he does, I'm not keeping these guys around. Alex Augustine could declare as a redshirt sophomore. At DT, Brian Paschal, he could declare as a redshirt junior. We still have some guys in the waiting, so we're doing well when it comes to recruiting. But a lot of guys are going to be leaving. Kiki Harulahu, Oscar Coley. Middle linebacker-wise, James Tuttle will be graduating. Darren Sr., Alpha Ivy. In the secondary, Alex Marcock. I do not imagine Kevin Salmon will be leaving early. At free safety, though, Max Schlegel will. And I mentioned him as the ghost of the secondary at the opening because I feel like he's a player that a lot of guys just forget about. We don't really think about him out there. But most of the time, outside the one bad play in coverage today, he's locking down part of the field. He's a real threat in run support, a secure tackler every single time. And at strong safety, Ty Hawley should be returning. But perhaps we might be moving some guys around because Tyrone Heggie, who played slot this year, I feel like his true future for us is at safety. And I want to move him over to that spot because the zone coverage, it's there. 94 right now before any sort of upgrades. However, the man coverage just leaves a lot to be desired. So he's someone who might move. And that's just a teaser for the offseason. And it is that offseason that we head to next. But I got to go get some oxygen because I didn't think I was going to be able to finish that, quite honestly. Nerves were there, but we locked in. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that bell icon in the bottom right or scroll down, hit the sub button and tap that bell icon so you're notified of every single time we are here and we're rocking with the Cardinal, the Jaguars, or Cha-Cha Vaz on MLB The Show. We've got a lot coming at you. Monday, we'll get into the off season, and Friday, we will kickstart season 9. We are rocking here with the Stanford Cardinal until College Football 26 comes out, because that's what you all voted for. We will see you around as we start 2 new seasons this next week. I hope you're just as excited as I am.